Coming over to the logical operator, like every operator, our logical operator is also a symbol, and this symbol is used to determine the logic between variables or values. Now, since we are dealing with logical operators, the logical operator expects the variable to hold a value in terms of zeros and ones, that is logical values, so that it can work its logic on the logical values and provide us with another logical value. And as of now, we have learned that it is only the relational operator which can return values in terms of zeros and ones. So if we are making use of logical operator like over here, it is expected that on the left hand and the right hand side of the logical operator, we make use either of logical values like zeros and ones, which denotes false and true, or we make use of relational operator like in this particular case. Having said that, these are the few the logical operator that is supported by our C++ compiler, whereby the double ampersand sign, also known as the logical AND, returns true if both the statement, like the statement on the left hand side and the statement on the right hand side, returns to be true. And then we have something known as the logical OR, which returns true if even any one of these two statements returns true. And then we have something known as the logical NOT, which basically reverses the result. Like if the result of this particular statement evaluates to true, then on applying our logical NOT to this expression, it evaluates to false, since the NOT of true is false and the NOT of false is true. Now, before we go ahead and make use of logical operator in our program, let us talk about the truth table. Now, this is something that is known as the truth table, and what it does is that it helps us to determine how the output will change as per the change in our inputs. Now, coming over to our AND truth table, consider P to be the expression that was to the left of the AND operator and Q to be the expression which was to the right of the AND operator, and this to be the result of the evaluated expression. Now, if the expression on the left of the AND operator evaluates to true and the expression on the right of the AND operator also evaluates to true, then the final result will also be true. And if any of the expression evaluates to false, then the result will also evaluate to false. And this is the truth table for our AND operator. Moving forward, let us now talk about the OR truth table, where the OR operator is denoted by two pipe symbol, where input A is the expression on the left of the OR operator and input B is the expression on the right of the OR operator. In the OR operator, if any of the input is true, then our output is also true, and if both the inputs are false, then it is only when the output is also false. Now, coming over to the NOT operator, which only takes a single expression and it negates the result. So, for example, if the result of the expression is true, then after adding the expression to the NOT operator, we get the final result to be false, and if it is false, the result gets negated and the final result evaluates to true. Now that we know what logical operators are and we also know what truth tables are, let us now look at logical operators in our program. Coming over to the program, well, this is the program from the previous video, but I've made a few modifications over here so that we can make use of the logical operator in our program. What I have done is that just like the Fahrenheit condition check, I have added another boolean variable by the name Celsius condition check, and I have provided it with a relational expression whereby it checks the value for Celsius, and if it is greater than or equal to 12 it will be true, or else it will be false. And then I have declared another boolean variable by the name result, where I have made use of the logical operator, which is our AND logical operator, to which I have provided two boolean values in terms of C check and the F check, and then I'm finally printing the result of this particular statement in our output screen using the cout instance. On executing the program, this is the output that we get, where on providing the value for Celsius as 10, we are getting a Fahrenheit of 50, which satisfies the first condition, and that is Fahrenheit to be less than or equal to 60, and that's the reason why we are getting true here. But our second condition was that the Celsius value should be greater than or equal to 12, but since we have provided the Celsius value to be 10, this particular expression evaluates to false, and that's the reason why we are getting 0. Finally, we are making use of the logical AND operator, which is provided with a value of true and false, and from the truth table for the AND operator we got to know that if any one of the output is false, then the final result is also false, and that's the reason why we are getting 0 as the output. Now that we know how to make use of logical operator in our program, let us now move forward and talk about unary operator.